podcast. I'm Synnamon with an SY, last name Hartwell.
And I am Joel McCool, and tonight we bring you A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the finale, episode 6.
It was a good show. You ready to get into it?
I think we are.
Let's do it.
Come with me to Storm's End, and I will love you like a brother.
With a little respect.
Fuck that, and fuck you! I fought for you. Harding Beesbury, the fucking apple boy, we fought for you. Your prince fought for you against men sworn to protect him. He risked nothing. And the gods don't favor a fraud.
Rhaegar of House Targaryen, Prince of Dragonstone, heir apparent to the Iron Throne, Hand of King Daeron the Good, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and Protector of the Realm. May the gods keep him.
He was still young. He had in him to be a great king. The greatest.
Oh, okay.
Besides, it's better to be an unripe green apple than a wormy red one. Good morning. Sir Duncan, is it Rowan?
My youngest son seems to have grown fond of you, sir. It is time he was a squire. Will you have him?
Me? There is a place for you at Summer Hall. You'll swear your sword to me, and Aegon can squire for you while you train him. My master at arms will finish your own training.
Are you spying?
No. Maybe you're not the knight I thought you were.
Will you take Egg to Squire?
It's not my concern. You know, my brother wasn't always such a little monster. Egg is no monster. It's just a boy. I didn't mean Egg. But no doubt will make a man of him too. Speak quick and get rid of this place.
Before your brother died, he said the realm needed good men.
What of it?
I will take Egg to Squire.
I forbid him to live as a peasant. Aegon is blood of the dragon.
Sir Duncan! My Lord Father says I am to serve you.
Serve you, sir.
Where are we going, sir?
Don't know.
We need to manipulate this man.
Suppose we could go anywhere in the Seven
He
Kingdoms.
said there was so much power.
There are 9 kingdoms, sir.
Of what?
The realm.
Are you mad?
Is that relevant?
There are 7 kingdoms of the realm, boy. Everyone knows that.
Then everyone is wrong.
Do you want to clump near?
Crownlands, Westlands, Stormlands, Riverlands, the Iron Islands, the North, the Reach, the Vale of Iron, and Dawn.
Where's Aegon? I'm not seeing him, my prince. I'll ask the Septons.
Where the fuck is he?
Hey guys, welcome back to Integrity High Podcast. I'm your host, Synnamon with an SY, last name Blueprint.
and you got Joel McCool with you, but from now on, call me Hoss the Blueprint.
We just finished watching the season finale
of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, episode 6.
We got a couple of clips we'd like to show you guys, so let's get right into it. You ready?
Let's go.
Dirty banana.
Yeah, y'all. So our first segment, segment 1.
The Shattered Succession.
Let's get into our first clip. Let's check out this clip.
Rhaegar of House Targaryen, Prince of Dragonstone, heir apparent to the Iron Throne, hand of King Daeron the Good, Lord of the Seven Kingdoms, and protector of the realm.
Hey guys, as you see, we just watched a clip of Baelor's funeral.
Rest in peace, Baelor Breakspear. And name these people all the same name. But yeah, Baelor, man, he was going to be a good king, and it's just unfortunate. But that's just, that's the way it bounced with the Targaryens, man. And so, rest in peace, Baelor. We're going to miss you, man. The hand of the king, a good man. And now the beat goes on. See, that's the real truth, man. Everybody just step over the body and keep going. That's what happened. They step over the body and they just keep marching forward. It's life, y'all. This ain't personal. It's business. So we got a question from viewer at Succession Seeker. And it says, Baelor was the only one holding the realm together against the Blackfyre threats. Now that he's gone, who is the real power behind the throne? Is the line of succession headed straight for another Blackfyre Rebellion? Good question. That's a real good question. I mean, make me think. And the answer is yes. They're going towards another Blackfyre Rebellion. They have 4 of them. That's why Lionel Baratheon is telling them, man, it's a war. It's coming soon. They know because the Blackfyre, the Bittersteel, has crossed the narrow sea in Esso, and he done created a company. So I mean, he's all he want to do is go to war, come back and take the throne, revenge Daemon Blackfyre, revenge his kids, and that's his whole mission. So, Lord Baratheon, the laughing storm, he knew what he was talking about. Man, the war is coming soon. And he like, man, come rock with me, man. Shit, we can put in some work. And so, but as we see, Don chose a different path. But I think that was a good question.
I believe it was a good question as well. And it's just of the Game of Thrones, as you can see, anytime anything happens with the crown, then there's war to be had, whether it's Stannis and somebody always has that's why it's called Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody is always after that throne. So of course there's gonna be a war.
Man, it's a war is coming, especially we finna show you this clip, y'all. This is why. Hey, check this out, y'all. Check this out.
Aegon's crushed down the back of your grace and smashed into the gorget.
Brother's mace most likely. He's strong.
Judas, get up, sir. Get up, sir.
We just finished watching an emotional clip And man, we got a question and we're gonna get right to it. Viewer at Citadel_Watcher. We just finished watching an emotional clip, and man, we got a question and we're gonna get right to it. Viewer at Citadel_Watcher. The question: Synnamon, with Baelar's sons Valar and Mataras destined to die in the Great Spring sickness. Shortly after this, the crown moves to Aerys I. Since the new king is obsessed with books and sorcery, it's the moment Brandon Rivers, and his name is Bloodraven. That's his nickname. Bloodraven. It says, is this the moment Brandon Rivers officially take the wheel of the Seven Kingdoms? And that's a good question. Synnamon, would you like to answer?
Sure. First, I'd like to say thank you, Citadel Watcher, for viewing our content. We appreciate it. And that is a great question. So I'm going to read it right out of the book, George R.R. Martin's book, The World of Ice and Fire, Aerys I. It says, donning the crown during the great spring sickness, Aerys I faced a realm in turmoil from the first. Donning the crown during the first spring sickness, Aerys I faced a realm in turmoil from the first. Hardly had the plague begun to ebb when Dagon Greyjoy, lord of the Iron Islands, sent iron-borne ships revving all up and down the shores of the Sunset Sea. Whilst across the narrow sea, Bittersteel plotted with the sons of Daemon Blackfyre. Perhaps it was because of these difficulties that Aerys turned to Brandon Rivers to serve as his hand.
Bloodraven proved to be a capable hand, but also a master of whispers who rivaled Lady Visigory, and there were those who thought he and his half-sister and paramour, Sharia Seastar, used sorcery to ferret out secrets. It became common to refer to his 1,000 eyes in one, and men both high and low began to distrust their neighbor for fear of there being a spy in Bloodraven's employ. Yet Aerys had need of spies, given the trouble that followed the great spring sickness. Summer came, and with it a drought that lasted more than 2 years. Many blamed the king, and many more accused Bloodraven. There were poor brothers who preached treason, and knights and lords as well. And among those were those with whispers and specific treasons. That the Blackfyre dragon must return from across the narrow sea and take his rightful place.
Lord Gorman Peak was the center of an attempt to bring about a new uprising. For his role in the first Blackfyre Rebellion, Peak had been stripped of 2 of the 3 castles his houses had held for centuries. The great seat that Lord Butterwell had raised near the God's Eye.
The conspiracy came to a head in 211 AC at the wedding tourney at Whitewall, the great seat that Lord Butterwell had raised near the God's Eye. This was the same Butterwell who had once been Daeron's hand, until the king had dismissed him in favor of Lord Hayford because of his suspicious failures to act successfully against Daemon Blackfyre in the early days of his rebellion. At Whitewalls, under pretense of celebrating Lord Butterwell's marriage and competing in the tournament, many lords and knights had gathered, all of whom shared a desire to place a Blackfyre on the throne. Were it not for the fact that Bloodraven had informants among the conspirators, Daemon the Younger could have launched a troubling rebellion from within the heart of the Riverlands, But even before the tourney had concluded, the hand turned up outside white walls with a host of its own, and the second Blackfyre Rebellion ended before it could truly be said to have begun. Gorman Peak was among the conspirators executed in the wake of the Thorpe Rebellion, while others such as Lord Butterwell suffered the loss of lands and sea. As for Damon, he lived on for several more years, a hostage in the Red Keep. Some wondered at his imprisonment, but the wisdom of it was plain. His next elder brother, Aegon, could not claim the throne if Damon were still alive. And so it said the second Blackfyre Rebellion proved a debacle, but that was not always to be the case. And in 219 AC, Aegon Blackfyre and Bittersteel launched the third Blackfyre Rebellion. So as you guys see, it just don't stop. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was a good question by the viewer. So yeah, we're gonna take this 50,000 feet and finish the comment from a viewer at Citadel Watcher. And he said, the history is clear. Baelar's death didn't just kill a man, it killed the dreams of a unified Westeros. As the details in the World of Fire, the crown skips the warriors and lands on the bookish Ares one who famously prefers scrolls over scepters. This vacuum forced the rise of Bloodraven, who ruled his hand with an iron fist and 1,000 eyes, just as Aegon the Conqueror forged the realm with dragonfire. Bloodraven had to hold it with a network of spies because the Golden Age died in the mud with Baelor. This instability is exactly what gave Bittersteel the opening to form the Golden Company in Essos, turning a family tragedy into a century of Blackfyre invasions that Bloodraven would spend the rest of his life suppressing. And so there you have it, y'all. What you think?
Well, I think that pretty much sums it up. That, yeah, like you said, it's going to be many more rebellions.
And so we can't wait to see what happens in season 2, season 3. The next segment is Maegor's penance and the exile of the fourth son. So we're gonna get to this clip real quick. Let you guys take a look at it. Check it out.
I'm sending Aegon to the east. A few years in the free cities. I change him for the better. Some men will say I meant to get my brother. The gods know it is a lie, but I will hear the whispers to the day I die. My youngest son seems to have grown fond of you, sir. It is time he was a squire. But he tells me he will serve no knight but you. Will you have him?
Will you take Egg to Squire? I will take Egg to Squire.
My lord's father says I am to serve you.
Where's Aegon? I'm not seeing him, my prince. I'll ask the seconds.
Where the fuck is he?
As you can see, we watched a mashup of clips that were amazing. Most were consistent with the book. Some were surprises. And I enjoyed each clip.
What about Aerion Brightflame and Egg? Egg about to kill Aerion Brightflame. Was that in the book?
No, that was not in the book.
Dayron at the funeral. Was that in the book?
No, there wasn't a funeral in the book. Just Baylor's funeral.
Okay. And so I think we have a comment from viewer at 3-Eye Raven has some comments basically summarizing the show. Let's see what he has to say. It says, the finale erupted in chaos as Maegor offered Dunk a place at Summerhall only to be rejected. At the Beesbury funeral, a drunken Daron pleads for Dunk to take the boy before the family makes him a man. The tension breaks when Egg nearly slaughters his own brother, Arian Brightflame, in a fit of madness until Maegor intervenes. Dunk said his final terms to the father. Egg lived in the dirt as a Harris Knight squire or the deal is off. Maegor refused to let the blood of the dragon live like a commoner, but Egg, spying through the shadow, take matters into his own hands. He lied to Dunk, claiming his father agreed, and appeared in commoner's rags with his shaved head. As Maegor's royal train depart for King's Landing to exile Aegon, the camp descends into fury. The prince of the realm is missing, and the unlikely king has officially stolen his own destiny. Wow, what you think?
I think Egg is a mess sometimes.
I do too, man. Woo. And so I think we got a clip we want to show you guys real quick, man. All right, y'all, check this clip out.
My Lord Father says I am to serve you.
And you was just saying, like, yeah, Aegon is a mess, man. That kid ain't no joke. You see how he just came out there with a straight face and told that boy his Lord Father told him to serve him. And he did that with a straight face, man. Yep. And like you said, though, in the book, it makes more sense for it to be Dunk saying that. Hey, but you know.
But even like he moved to put on his scarf and stuff. That's what I mean. Like he had the comic book stuff. Like he didn't come out there in his, in his gear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he came out there to manipulate him because, again, he was spying on him. When Dunk came, he sat right in that same spot that he was listening there and listened to what happened. So he knew right to do what to do. Came right out there and tricked him. And then got him going all the way to Dorne. So, man, he long gone.
Going the opposite way. Far. Over the Red Mountains and shit.
Man, a long ways away.
Wow.
But you got family in Dorne, so it'll be interesting because I don't think that's in the book, though. In the book, they go somewhere else. What is it? The Sworn Sword?
Shit. In cages and stuff. I wonder if they really gonna have that in the show. Men getting ate by crows and stuff. Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's probably gonna come out. It's gonna be.
That's how it's gonna come on next. That's exactly we gonna.
So we are coming down to the end of our recap show. And viewer Grey Worm at _Musande has some comments she would like to add. The road from Ashford doesn't just lead to Dorne. It's the beginning of the end for the House of the Dragon. By choosing the road, Aegon V tried to outrun a destiny that began with Aegon the Conqueror and was nearly extinguished by the cruelty of Maegor. This transition from Baelor to the bookish Aerys I, then the bitter Maegor, and finally the unlikely Egg was a desperate attempt to stabilize the realm, fractured by Aegon the Unworthy, whose legitimization of the Great Bastards fueled a century of Blackfyre Rebellions, while Bittersteel was forming the Golden Company in Essos to bring the Blackfyre dragon back. Aeg was learning to be a man of the people. History shows this humanity was the Targaryens' final gamble. From the fire of Visenya and the tragedy of Rhaenys to the queen that never was and the fall of Rhaegar, the crown has always been a poison. Aeg's reign was a constant battle against the High Lords who hated his reforms, leading him back to a very place he avoided in this finale. And that place, Summerhall. In a desperate attempt to bring back dragons to protect his small folks, Aeg perished in the flames alongside Dunk. He was the fourth son who tried to break the wheel, but as the record of the Mad King and Daenerys proves, the dragon's blood always returned to the fire. So we would like to thank viewer at greyworm_Masande for the last comments. Very, very interesting, very insightful. And they touched on the transition. And so we wanted to really follow up on the viewers, last comments on the transition, because it talks about Aerys and then Maegor's reign and on to Aegon's reign. And so we want to give you guys let you take a look at these pictures real quick. Right there, that is Bloodraven, and this is an Aerys reign. The Blackfyre Rebellion being thwarted. The Blackfyre Rebellion, right there, another one they call them.
This is Maegor's crown.
And so, yeah, we want to talk more about the transition and the effect that Aegon the Unworthy, when he legitimized his bastards, the effect, the cause and effect that had on the realm in itself. And so the chief issue of Maegor's reign was the question of his heirs. He had a number of sons and daughters, but there were those who had reason to doubt their fitness to rule. The eldest, Prince Daeron, was known as the Drunken and preferred to be styled Prince of Summerhall because he found Dragonstone such a gloomy abode. Next after him was Prince Aerion, known as Bright Flame or Brightfire, a cruel knight and capricious and dabbler in the black arts. Both of these princes died before their father. Both of these princes died before their father, though both had issue. Prince Daeron sired a daughter, Vaela, in 222 AC, but the girl sadly proved simple. Aerion Brightflyre's son was born in 232 AC and given the ominous name of Maegor by his sire. But the bright prince himself died that same year when he drank a cup of wildfire in the belief that it would allow him to transform himself into a dragon. Maegor's third son, Aemon, was a bookish boy who had been sent to the citadel in his youth and emerged as a sword of Maegor's third son, Aemon, was a bookish boy who had been sent to the citadel in his youth and emerged as a sworn and chained maester. Youngest of the king's son was Prince Aegon, who had served as a squire to the hedge knight, the same hedge knight in whose defense Baelor Breakspear died, whilst a boy, and earned the name Aeg. Daeron is a jape, Arion is a fright, but Aegon is more than a half a peasant, one court wit was heard to remark. When King Maegor died in battle in 233 AC, whilst leading his army against a rebellious lord on the Dornish marches, considerable confusion arose as to the succession. Rather than risk another dance of the dragon, the king's hand, Bloodraven, elected to call a great council to decide the matter.
In 233 AC, hundreds of lords, great and small, assembled in King's Landing. With both of Maegor's elder sons deceased, there were 4 possible claimants. The Great Council dismissed Prince Daeron's sweet but simple-minded daughter, Baela, immediately. Only a few spoke up for Arion Brightflame's son, Maegor. An infant king would have meant a long, continuous regency, and there were also fears that the boy might have inherited his father's cruelty and madness. Prince Aegon was the obvious choice, but some lords distrusted him as well, for his wanderings with his hedge knight had left him half a peasant. According to many, enough hated him, in fact, that an effort was made to determine whether his elder brother, Maester Aemon, might be released from the vows. But Aemon refused and nothing came of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he went to the wall.
That's why he went to the wall.
When the Great Council had first been announced, Aenys had written from exile in Tyrosh, putting forward his case in the hope that his words might win him the Iron Throne that his forebears had thrice failed to win with their swords. Bloodraven, the king's hand, had responded by offering him a safe conduct so the pretender might come to King's Landing and present his claim in person.
Mm-hmm. Unwisely, Aenys accepted. Yet hardly had he entered the city when the gold cloak seized hold of him and dragged him into the Red Keep, where his head was struck off forthwith and presented to the lords of the Great Council as a warning to anyone who might still have pretender sympathies. Soon thereafter, the Aeg, who was a prince, was chosen by the majority of the Great Council. The 4th son of the 4th son, Aegon V, would become widely known as Aegon the Unlikely for having stood so far out of the succession in his youth. And so now we are on Aegon V. Back to the Aeg, the big Aeg right there. And here go Aeg. Wow. Now we are on Aegon V. And the first act of Aegon's reign was the arrest of Brandon Rivers, the king's hand, for the murder of Aenys Blackfyre. Bloodraven did not deny that he had lured the pretender into his power by the offer of safe conduct, but contended that he had sacrificed his own personal honor for the good of the realm. And so, yeah, there you have it, man. And so, though many agreed and were pleased to see another Blackfyre pretender removed, King Aegon felt he had no choice but to condemn the hand, lest the words of the Iron Throne be seen as worthless. Yet, after the sentence of death was pronounced, Aegon offered Bloodraven the chance to take the Black and join the Night's Watch. This he did. Sir Brandon Rivers set sail for the Wall late in the year of 233 AC. No one intercepted his ship. 200 men went with him, many of them archers from Bloodraven's personal guard, the Raven's Teeth. The king's brother, Maester Aemon, was also among them.
Mm.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
And so there you have it, man. You see an Aemon going to the wall. And so, yeah, I think that about do it, y'all. Took you guys through the histories, and I mean, wrapping up episode 6 of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. You know, overall, what you think? How you think about the whole season? Quick takes.
I enjoyed this Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I can't wait till season 2 to see what's gonna happen and to see it all come out off the pages of the book was really nice and neat.
Okay, and then what about House of the Dragons is coming up?
Ooh, can't wait for that. That's my stuff. It is in June. I'm just ready for it to see what Rhaenyra is gonna do.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna go down. I want to see. It's gonna be interesting to see Daemon. It's gonna be interesting because it's gonna be some real tragedies in that show. I want to see the storyline of Helena. I believe they're gonna change that up a little bit. That Daeron, Prince Daeron, in the dance, he's the youngest brother.
Mm-hmm.
To see him on his Blue Queen, the dragon, and so yeah, just can't wait to see it. So
Well, that's what I miss, like the dragons and such. So I can't wait to see it as well. I want to say thank you to all the viewers and all our subscribers and such, and engaging with our commentary for this season. Hope to see you next season as well.
thank you very much, and we'll see you guys at House of the Dragon.
All right, and we're out.